Hello, my name is Suddenly and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as German Empire. In previous episode, we did actually manage to do the survey on Panama. We got the tanks unlocked, and we did actually switch that on already, all of the units. We're losing quite a bit of money right now, but that's largely because we're paying $250,000 per, week for diplomatic pacts, which is just mainly bankrolling various nations. So it's trying to keep a good relationship with a lot of them. I think right now, though, we might... Alright, so Persia, they did get their independence, didn't they? They got a truce with Chile. How is their... They got only one battalion. Oh, Argentina, you need to go and conquer that. You can strike while the iron is hot. Now, the question is, of course... Yeah, no, they only got truce with Chile. And Argentina, you could probably do that, actually. But you haven't quite yet. Right, they want to stay neutral, apparently, I guess. At some point, we might just go ahead and drop that bankrolling of Argentina, then. I mean, not that it's really that much of a hassle for us. We've still got 106 million, and we've got still nearly 160 million in the cash reserve, so that's still bloody massive. How is actually the diplomatic pact? So how much... so Austria is still the big one. How's our relations with Austria? Are they getting better? Well, I mean, they are friendly now, so I suppose it's pretty good. I can probably go ahead and stop bankrolling them. That's going to free us a bit more influence. Not really lose any money anymore. And Persia, is there? No, there's still nothing over there that I can really do. I still already owe an obligation to them, so there is that. I could probably try to guarantee their independence. That would give us a bit more leverage. I don't think there's going to be... No, not really... any, or we can't invite anyone into the power block quite yet. But we'll get that hopefully soon enough. Now, the Panama Canal, how's our relation with Colombia looking like? 12 currently. It's still increasing very slowly. I don't suppose they have a debt. No, they do not. They probably won't want to... No, they do not want a power block embassy. So that should be, well, that's out of the table. Oh, somebody's left. Okay, so we're losing more and more ground in the Dutch East Indies side of things. Which, yeah, that's not ideal. But it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So we're currently losing a pittance of money per week. Although, early game, like losing that much, can be significant, depending, of course, who you play as. But as a small nation, yeah, losing 1.6 thousand pounds per week can be a bit bad. For us, though, it's less than pocket change. Right, so we still haven't quite gotten up to the 450 million again, although we're getting pretty close to it, I think. And we've gotten a population of 69 million. There we go. We're going to be getting above 70 million. Probably close to 71 million, actually, by the end of the decade. Now, how is the... So I suppose the relations are actually increasing fairly quickly, now that I think of it. So what we can do is we can do a bit more work in there. How's the relation with our vassals at this point? Tripolitania is still increasing. Rosengala is losing some liberty desire. So the idea is that we'll turn them into a puppet, and then we should be able to conquer lands directly for them. Or something like that. I don't remember if it's puppet or dominion or whatnot that has that. But yeah, the idea is that we'll just... try to conquer some parts of Ethiopia for them to, or Somalia mostly, I suppose. But yeah, so unite this area under our banner, in a way. We're not going to annex any of our vassals, mind you. We're just going to keep them there. I mean, that's we don't need to worry about it too much. We're losing quite a bit of standard of living, although I think that is now evening out again. So I think we'll be mostly fine. Defamatory article. How about they check? Okay, we could probably take a small hit on the authority. It's only 25 and we still had some extra. Foreign manifesto, socialist movement. You know what, sure, we'll see what happens. Oh, the German fleet needs a new admiral. We'll take the convoy raider, actually. Give that a quick little promotion. And there we are. Anything else over here? There's a lot of transportation electricity shortages, but that's to be expected. Chilean modernist revolt. Okay, so Chile is getting... well, let's just say that Chile is not having a great time currently, by the looks of it. So I do actually wonder now, how is the prestige... I mean, we got 5,600. Of course, we do get the 50% from the first flight. Britain's got 4,400. Come on, commence the coalition. Oh, well, he can say what he wants. So who is actually leading in the election? Conservative Party still has about 3/4 of the vote, so I don't think we're going to be able to, you know, change the outcome of the election too much. They will probably lose a bit of their votes, but not necessarily that much, all things considered. Of course, there's still quite a bit of time before the election happens, so but things can still take place along there. Right, let's have a look at if there's any more diplomatic stuff that we could do. Embassies? Nothing, I guess. Yeah, that's the case. Anyone that we could take on debt? It's just the usual suspects. Any trade agreements? We could trade oh, you know what? We'll get a trade agreement with Austria. We might lose a bit of money, but it's also going to keep our relations pretty decent. Production and agitation. Conservative Party, Karl Ludwig Habsburg. Oh, right. In collaboration with the Conservative Party, Karl Ludwig Habsburg has secured a deal for cheap and quickly distributed pamphlets in support of the party. Sure, we can get the ambitious, so we'll get a little bit more momentum for the Conservative Party. Hey, there we go. Now we've got the trade agreement with the Austrians. And our leverage with Persia is starting to be pretty good. Not quite large enough yet to invite them into the faction, I don't think, but I don't think we're too far off, actually. And if we can get them into the faction, we can maybe start getting some of their oil as well into the market, and thus fix some of the deficit that we're having right now in that regard. Oh, looks like Britain's having a bit of a... Oh, they're fighting against Johor, China, Chiang Mai, Burma, Siam. So they've got a load of nations that want to get independence. Ooh. Oh, and there we go. Colonial affairs is lowering. You know, this could be a perfect time for us to join in and try to help the nations get independence, although the British fleet is pretty massive. So I don't know if we'd be able to do too much. We'd probably just lose a whole lot of convoys. So, and actually, we're going to hold off. We're going to let the infamy drop down below 75, and thus maybe, just maybe... Ooh, there we go, institutional. We've had that before, to be fair. We've got that again. Right, it's the... Still can't acquire the land in Panama. We are currently still below 20 relations with Colombia. Oh, France sides with Britain. Alright then. Okay, we're at 17, and if it takes about 33 days per point, then I suppose in about 2.5 months we'll have the relations needed to buy Panama. And then start constructing the canal there. Of course, we need that. I wonder, we could probably set up a, or we could potentially set up a company there as well, I reckon. False democracy. Karl Liebknecht has issued a commendation of the German electoral system, endorsing absentation from voting in what he calls a sham put on to placate the people. Government must know that we see through their system, legitimacy goes down for 5 years, intelligentsia members become more radicals, Progressive Party loses momentum, and Free Conservative Party gains momentum. Discrediting the system is the next step towards revolution. That would improve the support for the SPD. Or, you know what? We'll go ahead and try to push for the revolution for funds. Like, I haven't actually ever, I don't think, played it as a communist nation in this game. But I'm not also going to force it. I'm just going to give the possibility for it to happen. Right, already at 18 relations, so soon enough. Although, actually, let me double check the decision. Does it say above 20? Or equal to 20? Okay, so that's good. Ah, it's going to be 50. Oh, GDP needs to be over 50. Okay. Hey, analytical philosophy. Right, let's go ahead and switch that on at the universities then. I do actually wonder, how much does that do? It takes more paper. Does give a whole lot more innovation and qualifications. And change the employment a bit more to clerks instead of laborers. Sure. So now we could have up to 240 innovation. Unfortunately, we do not have that number. I do actually wonder, though. So, oh no, we still can't get the education any higher. The health system will eventually be able to upgrade, though. The arc welding is almost done. Oh, antibiotic is spreading. That's actually going to be quite handy. That's going to save me a little bit of trouble. But yeah, some of the laws may have prevented us from getting all the research done. I mean, there's not too many techs in most of the categories. I mean, I suppose there's, what, 5 in military? There was apparently 5 in society, and in production there's also 5, so there's total 15. We're getting the arc welding soon. That's going to allow us to construct even faster. Not that we necessarily need to increase it too much further, but might as well, I guess. Right, Colombia has the relations. Not quite yet there, but that's going to be just a week away. And then we should be able to buy the canal and then just go ahead and build it. We'll make sure to build that as soon as possible. There we go. Acquire land in Panama. So that's, for 9 years, it's 30,000 government expenses. That's not too bad. And there we go. So I can take this one. I don't have a port in here yet. So that's probably something that I should do. Get a port, and then we'll get at the Panama Canal at the same time. Oh, I didn't realize there could be even whaling stations in Panama. Alright then. So it's currently isolated, but that shouldn't take too long. The port is going to be built in about 10 weeks. That will be sorted out, and then we'll have the Panama Canal. It'll also need to... Oh, actually, I don't suppose there's a lot of workforce in here right now. There's a little bit peasants, but not too many. There's a total 7,000 population. Ah, well, that's a little bit of lackluster then. Oh, and, okay, Conservative Party now only got 75% of the votes instead of the, like, 80%. So I guess things are improving. Let's, I think at this point... We're gonna move the industrialists out of the government to increase the legitimacy just a tiny bit. It does increase maybe the radicals a tiny bit as well, but we've still got about 40 million loyalists. But the standard of living has had a bit of a downturn recently, which hasn't really done us any favors. On the bright side, though, at least the GDP is now highest it's ever been in this particular playthrough, anyway. Now, oh, actually, now it's all over 460 million. There we go. Still a whole lot of textile mills and everything else. Oh, right, and there's more fighting going on in all the revolutions going on in the Arabian Peninsula, causing some issues there. How are our vassals looking like now? Oh, Tripolitania is still increasing. Do they have someone supporting them? No, it's just the infamy. Although the infamy is now below 75 at least. But it could be that if it's just, you know, above 50 or something like that. We're still notorious. So it could be that if it's above 50, then it's still going to have a bit of impact. The French Empire... Oh, right, Portugal... Wait, what's going on in here? Yeah, the French Empire is in there, but it's the... Oh, are the Portuguese on the enemy side by chance? No, but someone's definitely in there. Oh no, it is actually Portugal occupying that. So I'm guessing Portugal is then trying to get independence, are they? They got fairly highly desire, so I think that is a pretty good indicator of that. Let me double check again. Is it... That's Burma. Oh yeah, it is there. Oh, well, there we go. Right, do we have any nations to invite to the... No, we do not. Okay, at least not according to that. Let me just double check. Invite countries... Oh, Persia is so close. It is actually really close at this point. We do have a small advantage on Papal States as well, but that might not be quite sufficient. But I think if we can get Persia into the market, that's going to be a decent boot. It's going to give us a lot of silk for making a lot of clothing. And then, of course, there should be some oil in there. I don't know how much of that they've actually discovered, though. It might not be all available. But I suppose what we can do is we can build the oil rigs for them. Now that I think of it. Which might make them quite happy. Although I don't know if I can actually build stuff to their... Oh, to their stuff, even though they are part of the thing. Because, for example, we can't build those in Argentina. So I'm guessing that's probably not allowed unless they're subject right now without the DLC. Oh, what's this then? Oh, Portugal. Oh, Portugal's having a revolution. Azores uprising. Oh, right then. Not what I expected, but sure. There seems to be a lot of electric industries underway. We're also getting a lot of power plants and motor industries. And looks... Oh, hang on, Earth. Equatoria. We'll launch an inquiry. So, we've got the port down here in Panama, right? Which means that our market access is now available to us. It may not be the best situation over here, that we don't have that much peasants available or anything like that, so the employment will be somewhat minimal. Oh, there's room for one exactly one farm in here. Now, the maize farm might not be the worst idea. That would give us a bit more food, but I don't think we're lacking in food, to be fair. Something like tobacco plantation could also help, but I think we've got plenty of that being produced. So, honestly, we don't need too much in there. Basically anything, really. So, we'll just build the Panama Canal right now. We might eventually build a few things in there, just to make sure that some people will move in there, and then the Panama Canal will actually be able to get all the stuff they need. Now, the arc welding is going to be done in 11 weeks. That's going to be... Actually, how much is that going to be an increase? A lot. I'm not entirely sure how much. But it seems like it's going to be basically an extra 1,000 constructions. So, yeah. What's this then? Oh, Rosengali is having a revolt. Alright. Let me go ahead and send in the colonial army. Tanks shall sweep through there. And give us victory over here. And that might actually allow us to then perhaps push them into a bit of a lower tier as a subject. Because we are helping them in the war, I'm sure. Well, the economic dependence is pretty much complete at this point. The infamy is still pretty rough, though. Ooh, right, Dreadnought Warfare Club. Oh, right, okay, we didn't get that one. I'm not too worried about that one, to be fair. So, investment pool, 190 million right now. It is, yeah. Let's just say that there's a decent bit of wealth around. Now, if I remember correctly, yeah, we've still got the low taxation, we've got the fundings at full. We could potentially reduce the tax. Get a bit more authority back, and also maybe improve the standard of living a little bit. I think it was already on the rise, to be fair, but we can probably do a bit more work. And there seems to be a lot of shipyards being built in Hanover. Not entirely sure why, but I'll take it. Oh. Bolivia and Brazil have signed a border treaty codifying their respective borders and consolidating more of the southern Amazon rainforest under Brazilian control. There, right then. So they got rid of, I think there was stuff over here that they switched hands. Yeah, I think they had that area at least. Well, regardless, that's sorted out now. It's me or them. Armed forces. How's the relations do I have with the interest groups? We've got fairly good relations. You know what? We'll give him a bit of popularity. I mean, he is a Republican. So that might allow us to switch the ruling system a bit more. I mean, there's not a huge amount of support for that yet. There's not too much in the laws that we can really do. Ah, we had a agitator die. Alright then. At least we haven't had any general die recently. And I suspect as soon as this war starts, it'll be over about as quickly as it begins. And there's the arc welding. Let's see. Arc welded steamships, military ships, and buildings. So let's go ahead and switch all of that. So this should be quite massive increase in construction. Oh, actually, yeah, 3,600. Oh, because it doesn't even factor in the modifiers, of course. So, yeah, that's an increase of about 1,200 there. Let's go and switch the shipyards as well for the electric welding stuff. So, capital ships. And arc welded steamships. Might not be entirely profitable right now, but that increase in construction is going to be quite impressive. I suppose there's... Oh, yeah, the private sector is building so much right now. They're building over 100 buildings at once. Actually, no, not building 100 buildings per once, but they've got over 100 buildings in queue. Still, I think is what it means. Right, so how long... Okay, yeah, the Civil War is about to start in Varzangala. We should be able to deal with that soon enough. And then we can maybe start... I don't actually know, but we'll have a look. Oh, we can actually invite Persia into the power block. Let's do it. And they have joined. Now, I don't think I can actually build... No, I can't build anything in there. That's a bit of a shame. Can I actually try to get an alliance or something with you? Oh, I could. It's a social revolt. Let's go ahead and form the alliance, shall we? They are genial. And we have now an alliance. Now, I don't think they count as... yeah, no, they don't count as a major power. But I suspect that the Persian market will now be... Oh, and here we go. The enemy has capitulated already. So Varzangali... Actually, let's have a look now with these subjects. So Varzangali, they are losing 0.07 per week. Oh, actually... German Niger, they are still losing a little bit of that. I'm just going to go ahead and stop the support regime, get us a bit more legitimacy back. They might not be... No, the Liberty Society is actually still going down. And which one? It was the Congo that was also losing some of that. I will go ahead and... Oh, actually, no, I'm not supporting that. Who else? Was it Senegal that we were still supporting? Yes, okay. Well, that one is still Dominion, so we do need to continue on that. But at least we can keep the legitimacy above 90. I think that's going to be kind of useful. There we go. Now that that war is done. How far are we on... Okay, we're still at about 90 weeks on the Panama Canal. But the work has started, at least. It has definitely started. I'm going to go ahead and actually build something in here. We are... we don't actually have that many peasants available right now. I'm going to go ahead and get a quick little rubber plantation there. Ooh, colonial affairs down to level 2, because we don't actually have a lot of colonies to settle into anymore. So that's not really needed. Oh, there is actually a small area down here, but that's kind of inland. Kind of difficult to get to. Perhaps not quite impossible, but very difficult nonetheless. Oh, Suez Canal Company is losing prosperity. Well, that's not good. Oh, we're paying a lot of welfare payments. Does that mean that we actually got a load of unemployed someone? Let's actually have a look at industry. That's probably going to be the easier way to check that. Unemployed? Not massive amounts. We have a lot of peasants, but even those we don't have huge amounts. So let's just say that the extra... Oh, we have actually gone past 70 million in population now. That's good. So the extra amount of workforce that we have is somewhat meager at best. I suppose there might be a few more things that we can do to reduce the total workforce used in various industries. But at the same time, it's not necessarily going to be that massive. Like, we've got most of the stuff already set up accordingly. Guess we can go with the electric engines everywhere now. There we go. So at least that's still sorted out. Oh, we don't have the automated bakery. Wait, I still don't have the... Oh, wait, no. Is that level 5 tech, then? It is a level 5, okay. So we're now getting the mass propaganda. We could get the oil turbine, although that would be even more oil stuff. There's also diesel pumps and such for the mines, but that would be yet another thing that would require more oil, and I don't think we'll have that. Could get this flash freezing, I suppose, for a bit less workers needed for the fishing and whaling. Also, but it would allow us to get a bit more power, but at the same time that would be very expensive in oil, so I don't think that's going to be a realistic option. Similarly with the compression, ignition, diesel engine and motor industry and all that, probably not going to work. We could of course do a bit more stuff in the military. Or perhaps just, well, we're getting the mass propaganda and antibiotics. Could maybe then get the financial instruments? Or the mass surveillance. That would be more taxation capacity. There's of course the behaviorism. But I think, no, I think we'll do something in the production. We'll probably get the dough rollers actually. That would allow us to reduce some work use for certain. And then maybe the flash freezing as well. Oh, is that another... Oh, we've got obligation for Argentina. Right. What's going on in here? Oh, right, yeah, Tripolitania is having another revolt. Alright. Send our fast response troops down there. Speaking of which, any progress on the... Oh no, Tripolitania's liberty site is still pretty high. I suppose it's still the infamy being pretty high is having the impact there. Now, Rasengali is at least losing liberty site a decent bit, so I might be able to turn them into a puppet in due time. Whether we'll actually have enough time to then do anything about that is a completely different question. The answer is probably no. I do actually wonder. Let's have a look at the ledger for a moment. So in terms of GDP, we have about 3 times the GDP compared to Britain, and China, and France, and then nearly 4 times USA, definitely 4 times Austria, and all that. So we're pretty good there. Prestige-wise, Britain has almost caught up with us. Standard of living, we are probably the highest one still. Yeah, Sweden is the second one, actually. Right then, and population-wise, we are not too far behind Russia. We have overtaken... Actually, no, we've been ahead of Austria for a long while. Russia, we have almost caught up with, and then, well, the US has got quite a high population. I think they are getting a lot of immigration coming in, so that probably helps them drastically. And then, if we have a look at the society... Oh. Right, a good 84% are fully accepted. And then we've got some second-class citizens, almost 10 million of them, and then we do have some cultural erasure going on for almost a million. Well, for almost a million in pops there, so that's not necessarily the best. Oh, and there we go, that is already done with. We have managed to reduce our infamy at least a little bit. And Russia is still fairly large, although their economy is not all that impressive. They've got about a tenth of the economy that we have. So we're definitely a bit of an economical powerhouse. Now, I do actually wonder, is there anything else that I could do with Persia? In terms of the diplomatic stuff, I could take on the debt, actually. Sure, I mean, we've got the money. So we've got 104 million, and we've got almost 200 million in the investment pool. So, yeah, it's a lot. How much of the... Oh, right. Total construction cost is 2 million per week. That is quite a bit, actually. But that's probably part of the reason why we are approaching the $500 million mark in GDP there. Oh, Belgium's actually improving relations. Well, I suppose the infamy isn't quite as bad anymore, so maybe people are more obliged to actually, you know, not be fully against me. Now, is there any more well, not necessarily bankrolling, but let's have a look at other debts that we could maybe pay off. We were turning Germany into the good guy. There we go. So, Wars in Gali. Can I actually... I could just absolve your obligation again. Keep your relations pretty much maxed out. And yeah, attitude score isn't too bad. Now, let's have a look. How's the... No, that's not quite enough there yet. The friendly relations is having quite an impact on the Liberty side there. Triple Italia is not doing quite as good. Maybe I could go ahead and give them a bit of bankrolling then. Fix the relations with them. Maybe actually help the economy as well a bit. Which in turn will probably help us a bit further. Maybe not all that much, but maybe, hopefully, at least a little bit. But I do see that we are actually out of time with this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and next time, bye bye.